We've been really busy with developing what we need to continue with the Alliance and making sure that it's going forward in a positive way for us VACCHOs to maintain children in out-of-home care within our own communities. One of the highlights was the signing of the One Will Gap Jur document with the Minister, Makakos. That was really significant. That really helps us to move forward in the areas of children out of home care and making sure that they're culturally connected to our communities, our families and the land. The other thing that we have been doing is providing some training with the career carer education forums, which we've done 8 regional forums across the state, which has been really well received. A lot of carers have attended, and I know Ballarat was well received and well attended with our carers, so it's been good. Overall, the Alliance is still going really strong, and our attendance at our Alliance meetings is good and growing. Hopefully we'll be inviting another VACCHO into the fold this year sometime. They're going through their registration standards this year, so it's all going well.
And how is the Alliance working with VACCHO?
We work closely with VACCHO, and we have been lucky enough to be able to sit with VACCHO. Our executive officer is sitting with VACCHO at the moment. They are supporting us in doing that and auspicing our dollars that come through from the department to make sure that we develop the policies we need to develop and continue doing the work we do.
We've noted that and noticed that a lot of our children who come into child protection are there for a long period of time due to the fact that government or child protection don't really know our community and don't really understand how to work with our community. That's why as an Aboriginal organisation, a community controlled organisation, we've and want to take the lead, particularly in our area, Bendigo District, for the care of our children, because a lot of them are in limbo most of the time for long periods of time. So we see that this is an issue for our children and our families. Our children get lost in the system. There's no connection to their family. And the way that we work is around a strength-based approach. So we want to keep our children with our families where as possible. However, there are times when children do have to be removed from their family because of, it might be life-threatening or it could be detrimental to them. So if it's not in the best interest of the child, we do make those decisions, and they're not made lightly. We really put a lot of effort into working with our families. We've had a lot of families that we've worked with over the last 18 months, and we've seen some positive outcomes where some of the children, if they can't remain with their parent or their parent, then they are placed in kinship or connected with their family. VACCHO's been really good. Just around having VACCHO there as our peak body, falling back on VACCHO, particularly around if there was anything we needed generally in support, assistance with some of our, we've developed policies in regards to with our pilot. And I think the gamut of programs that VACCHO has that we can tap into, so we feel supported just in general, so that we can actually do that from a governance perspective as well. So it's not just the operation, ensuring that we have policies and we especially around accreditation too. I think VACCHO was really supportive in that when we went through accreditation last time. So VACCHO does provide a lot of services that we can tap into, so we're not feeling like we're isolated and we're doing it alone.
So this year VACCHO has signed a MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, with Peter Mac Cancer Centre in response to a cultural project, we've been working with Peter Mack and some of our elders in our community, a possum skin cloak project. And as we know as community, you know, possum skin cloaks are sacred items, very important cultural icons for our community. And it's about being able to walk in the door of Peter Mack and not leave your culture at the door, that your culture is there and we're going to wrap you in your culture to strengthen you, as culture is, you know, the things that heal us. And it's about, you know, leading that way. And also, as a result of the MOU, Peter Mack has created a subcommittee to their board, an Aboriginal subcommittee that will help guide that institution and enhance cultural safety for our mob to walk through the door. Our biggest challenge in the cancer space is that we are, you know, dying at higher numbers. It's not because we have the prevalence of cancer higher in our community, is that we're not accessing services early enough. You know, so and a lot of that is to do with cultural safety.
It's an election year, as we all know, here in Victoria, and there's a lot at stake, and VACCHO has something to say about the future of Aboriginal people in this state and their health and wellbeing, and that's why I've been working with a team of people to campaign for our agenda in this election. We have consulted widely, both at members' meetings, with our board, with our staff, with our key stakeholders, to come up with 4 key things that we think is going to make a world of difference in this election. The first one of which is that we've put an awful lot of work in these last few years and really accepted and promoted self-determination in this state, and we can't let that go. So firstly, it's about defending the principles of self-determination in the work that we do, and secondly, it's about the outcomes of our self-determined policies and strategies need to be funded so that we can realise the opportunity from them. Thirdly, we really need mainstream to step up. It can't be done without mainstream playing their part, and that's why we've got a real emphasis in this platform around mainstream, whether that's hospitals or community health or wherever that may be. We want to work with mainstream to make sure that we've got culturally appropriate health and services to our community. And lastly, we cannot ignore the fact that this is a justice election, and we're going to hear all about law and order. And unfortunately, too many of our young people, even our older people, are in prison, including skyrocketing numbers of Aboriginal women. And so that's why our last one is really a call to arms around a real investment in prevention, not detention of Aboriginal people in this state.